Nourish and flourish. Vibes, vibes, vibes. Y'all, welcome back to another episode of Nourish and Flourish Vibes. It's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Giovanni, and I help those with endometriosis and polycystic ovary syndrome reduce chronic pain, eliminate stress, and minimize irregular or heavy periods. So, y'all, today I have some not no chicken salad dip. All right. So what I did was I soaked some walnuts and some flax seeds and some of my marinade, like some cocoa aminos, some very good garlic, Tabitha Brown seasoning, some rosemary, some poultry seasoning, some onion powder. So I just seasoned it all up with the cocoa aminos and I let it soak overnight. Actually, it was longer than overnight because I just actually rinsed them off this morning. So they soaked for more than a night. All right. So these are my overly soaked walnuts and flax seeds, y'all. Very good. Walnuts, omega-3 fatty acids. Yes. Flax seeds, protein, and really good as well. So both good nuts and seed to soak. Soak nuts, soak seeds. And then I use some vegan mayo. I want to explore learning how to make a mayo from like sunflower seeds or hemp seeds. So haven't gotten there yet. It's my journey, one day at a time. But this is my nacho chicken salad. So after I soaked them, y'all, I blended it up in a high-powered blender. It was a Ninja. And with some mayo, some more cocoa aminos, some more of the seasonings, some relish, some black salt to give it that egg taste because I'm missing it. A little bit of raw agave because my relish was not sweet. Feel like that might be it. That's a chipotle seasoning. Yeah, so that's my not yo chicken salad dip. And I have some cucumbers and carrots. And I threw some like pepper, some sea salt. And that's what I'm going to be dipping in as we get into this conversation. So y'all, today we talking friendships. Y'all, can you see Spencer? He heard me. He heard me crunch into this carrot. So it's not yo chicken salad dip. Y'all, this is day 149 on my high raw journey. Day 149 on my high raw journey. Feeling good. But we're talking friendships today. So I was in I think I was in high school. And my mama told me that I had a friend that I really thought was a really good friend. And my mom was like, that's not a real friend. That's not a real friend. She's just using you. I don't know. Have y'all ever had like friends that you thought were real friends when you were younger and your parents said they weren't your real friends? Let me know. Hey, thank you all. Shoot. 149, 149, 149, 149, 149, 149. And then one for my 9, one for my 9. Hey. So, I don't know if y'all ever had parents that told you who weren't your real friends or not. And I felt like, Mom, you don't know our relationship. You don't know if that's a good friend or not. That's how I felt when she said it. But it kind of hurt my feelings. Spencer, you already ate. You already ate. This mommy's carrots and cucumber. I already gave you a piece. Y'all, y'all can't see Spencer, but look at him right there. Ready to get in on my plate, and he already ate. So I felt some kind of way. No. I felt some kind of way about that. Getting older now. Understanding, have lost some friends. Did away with some friends. Realize what healthy relationships look like, non-healthy relationships look like. We talking friends. And so I wanted to know, what about your friends? How have your friendships been going? What's up with the friends? That friend I don't really talk to anymore. Like that my mom was talking about. Back when I was young, I wanted everybody to be friends. I wanted to have friends forever. And I'm realizing that ain't it. That ain't it. So how do you know when a friendship ain't really a good friendship? So I thought about some things. One, sign that it's not healthy is that it drains you. It drains you. What made my mama say that? I think because anytime she needed something, I was available for her. And so my mom just felt like she was getting a lot. I was giving a lot, and I wasn't receiving as much as I was giving or showing up and being there. That's why I think my mom said that. But I also think my mom wanted me to be mindful of the company I kept. And so she was kind of, what the old folks say, kind of fast, grown, doing some things people my age wouldn't be doing. So it could have been a little bit of that too. Not want me to be easily influenced, but wholeheartedly believe that my mama said that. I thought it was going to be a conversation for my mama, but she got on the phone, so I thought she was going to be joining us. We were going to be juicing, but she was talking. And I got a pre-record, so I was like, let's go for it. So I'm kind of guessing from my perspective as a child what my mama was thinking. So that was that. What proved her to be right? What proved my mom to be right? I don't know. I don't want to say what proved her to be right. I think I wasn't as vocal of a person for like needs or wants or asking people how they can show up for me, and other people were. And so when I know that there's a need or I know that there's a want, I'm able to fulfill that. So I don't feel like I ever was open for her to be able to show up in those capacities the way I showed up for her. And so I think over time, people just get older, they grow up, and they just kind of go separate ways. But I do feel like she was still a really good friend. I would probably say I noticed it when invites to do some of the things that you're always doing. I'm a big person on like traveling and visiting people, and seeing as though like once I went off to college, I didn't really come back and live in my hometown. Some other people are traveling, they're going here and they're going there. And I was like, oh, you should come visit me. You come visit me. And the visits weren't transacting like that. So I was like, I'm okay. I'm all right. I didn't move differently after my mom said that. I was more so like, how my mama gonna know about my friendships and how people show up for me and who really knows me and how people are there for me. I was like, I was like, Mom, how you know? How you know though? So that's kind of how I felt after my mama said it. I didn't move differently. Um, I do know that as I got older, I started being more mindful of relationships that I tended to do more and do more depositing and investing in and not really getting a lot back in return or getting anything in return. So that was there. I appreciate the questions. I would say it took as long as phone calls and conversation and communication just to not even be there. And it showed like a lack of interest to even know how you're doing in life. How are things going after a while? People just stop reaching out. Excuse me. So I think that's how long it took. Definitely childhood. So I'm gonna give it more so middle school, high school, some college. That's how that's the friendship. I'm gonna go with that. And I think for me, friendships are like a very, very safe space, but they're also a powerful force and bond when it's healthy and there's a mutual common interest and people want each other to do great in life. And I'm not someone who feels like a friendship like you have to talk to them every day. But respect, being able to show up, be dependable, um, care. I think that matters the most to me when it comes to friendships. And I think the older I get, the more I understand that friendships come with a good bit of value, like high value. Friendships are almost, and relationships are almost just as important as the food you eat and put in your body. Do you believe friendships can be seasonal? I do believe friendships can be seasonal because I know people can sometimes be bonded by certain experiences that they're going through in life that might not necessarily translate into like a lifelong friendship. I would want it to, but I do understand that sometimes just where you are in life and what you're going through, that's a good space for you to be able to connect with people, build rapport, show up for them. But it's not necessarily something that people want to invest in the long term and have long-term benefits of the interaction. So I also think it's healthy for you to be able to cut friends off or cut relationships off that no longer serve you or your higher interests or are good for your mental and emotional well-being. What are friendship qualities? Friendship qualities: trustworthy, a safe space, a good listener, a supporter, have some similar values, morals, principles, invested in, doesn't take much to, they care about you, genuine care about you. Also are able to just be honest with you and tell you like straight up what things are, what they like, just be real and raw. But do it with a level of care, like delivery matters. Mm, consistency. And I'm not meaning like consistently in communication, like you got to talk all the time, but being consistent in how they show up for you, the vibes they provide. I kind of think a little bit more like my love languages. And so when you think of like a certain level of quality time, whether it's on the phone, whether it's virtual, whether it's in person, and you show up and have friend time, go on travel things, being a good supporter, those matter. How they speak life into you, how they hold space for you when you go through things, showing up when it matters most, when you say, hey, I absolutely need you. Um, and being okay if they can't be there and saying why they can't be there. Being mindful, I think that's a good quality too of a friend, being mindful of each other and what's going on with life, because life just lives. And I've been talking about that with my students the last 2 days. They're just saying, we're humans and we have lives, and you never really know what all is going through, someone's going through, or what they have gone through. So just being mindful. But those, I think are some of the friendship qualities that I value. Um, and I think too, because it was so late in life that I learned it, was being able to see people reciprocate. You show up, they show up when it matters most. They celebrate you, you celebrate them. Just some of those things. And you want to create memories together. You want to have shared experiences to create memories, because you only get one day at a time. So I think reciprocation is a beautiful thing. And that is what I believe my mom wasn't seeing. But at the same time, you're looking at middle school and high schoolers. Like, how much reciprocating can you really do when you're barely able to take care of yourself? And I think it's just like also knowing what you have access to and other people don't. And I think at the time, it was my friend needed to come over to use the computer to do an assignment or something. I got a computer, got internet access. And I think that was a situation where my mom was like, because I'm always willing, going the extra mile, doing this, doing that. But again, sometimes I feel like when you're privileged enough to show up for people and show up in different spaces and areas, it's just like, I'm just grateful I can show up for somebody like that, because in the event that I need it in the future, I would want someone, not necessarily that person, to be able to show up for me in that manner. So I think that's it. Mm, I don't think they were majorly different, but I do believe that there were things that I had that she didn't, or didn't have at that particular point in time. And so I think that's what it was. Yeah, you see the juice kind of settled. So my mom is juicing right now. We were going to juice as the mukbang, so I can get the juice with the four vibes. But I thought the juicer was going to be too loud, that you weren't going to be able to actually hear us and kind of take away from the conversation. So that's why I got a little sample of our green juice. I think it's spinach, celery, apples, I believe, and ginger is our green juice that we are going for. And then we're doing this like a citrus with pineapple, golden beets, carrots, and ginger. Yeah. But yeah, I smashed some watermelon this morning. It was so good. I had some overnight oats after my watermelon. That was really good too. Had like flax seeds, chia seeds, coconut milk, sprouted oats. Really good. And then I had my no tuna, my carrot no tuna type mixture, similar to this that I had last week on my mukbang. I had that on top of a mixed salad, which was really good. So that's what I've been eating all day, y'all. Today's the day 149 of my high raw journey. So I'm not gonna say it was just totally all raw. I haven't had any real cooked foods, but I have had like roasted nuts, like peanuts and stuff like that. And they weren't all raw. There has been times when I bought raw things, items like that, but they weren't all raw in regards to like my nuts and seeds. So I want to be real with that, so you'll know where I am with my journey. But no legit cooked food, no cooked vegetables or anything like that. And I feel good, and I'm gonna keep on this journey. I did watch a documentary this weekend, but y'all, next month is September. And I think September is Polycystic Ovary Syndrome Awareness Month. In the description of this video later, you're going to be able to download the M to the Third Degree Healing Empowerment Guide. And that guide is jam-packed with mindset activities that you can do through each phase of your cycle, mindful eating, recipes, foods you should be mindful or consider consuming during the different phases of your cycle, and then exercises, mindful movement that you can do during the different phases of your cycle. So you pretty much align your life with what is happening in your body naturally that's occurring within the phases of the cycle. I also got some herbal teas that will help you during the phases of your cycle as well. Videos to kind of talk about all of those things and how it helps those with endometriosis, polycystic ovary syndrome, fibroids, show up for themselves in a more vibrant way. And so I want you to make sure you download that video. It will not be, not video, that file, that document, that guide, because it won't be free for long. It definitely won't be free for long. It'll be switched out for a toolkit bundle that I'm excited for y'all to view and see. So my goal is to not only raise awareness for those with endometriosis, polycystic ovary syndrome, which might look like painful periods, pelvic pain, low back pain, painful bowel movements, acne, bloating, unable to lose weight easily, mood swings. Those are just some of the symptoms that you might be experiencing that could potentially be a sign of endometriosis or polycystic ovary syndrome. What did one of my students say today? Lightning pain shooting down the side of her leg. Yeah. Who told me that yesterday. So those are different signs and symptoms that show that something is not normal. And so if you're in that type of pain, I really would love for you to consider a holistic approach, start making some changes, and see if your body responds well to an anti-inflammatory lifestyle and showing up and loving yourself just a little bit differently. But y'all, episode 49 drops on the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast tomorrow, y'all. Next week is episode 50. 50 episodes in the game, baby. So be on the lookout for episode 49 that drops tomorrow on the podcast. And just go through the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Find an episode. If something resonates with you, something you learned that was valuable and you want to share it with somebody else, share the episode with someone. But just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like that video because you found value. So I know that's content that you enjoy. But most importantly, hit the notification bell so you never miss anything. And check out the links and see how valuable they could be for you, as well as a community. Gearing up to launch a community as well. If this is a vibe that you want to be able to have deeper conversations and participate in different challenges that you can kind of dive into to help you start aligning yourself with healthier habits and lifestyle changes. There's an interest form, so you can tell me all the things that you like. But it's been another amazing episode. I hope I enjoyed the conversation. Thank you all, shoot, for asking the questions and engaging in the live today. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this and it's not live, still comment, interact, engage, and let me know that you found some value in this thing. Y'all, it's your Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach, Giovanni, and I help those with endometriosis and polycystic ovary syndrome reduce chronic pain, eliminate stress, and minimize irregular or heavy periods through my M to the third degree healing empowerment formula: mindset, mindful eating, and movement. It's been helping me thrive, and I want to help you too. So I'm about done with my meal. The no chicken salad dip, and my vegetables are cucumbers and carrots. I love y'all. Be easy, but most importantly, thanks for vibing with me, y'all.